Hey, what's up, everybody? Apologies for that. A little technical difficulties here with our streaming software. I appreciate you guys jumping in on this Monday morning, early on the West Coast, not too early on the East Coast if you have a job, right? So if you guys have any questions, join them in the chat right now. Today, I want to talk about stop counting calories. Stop counting calories to lose more body fat. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm going to explain exactly what I mean. I'm going to share the science behind it, and I'm going to teach you exactly how you can benefit from that. Good morning, everybody. Mike Dolce, four-time world MMA trainer of the year. I am an expert when it comes to health, fitness, weight loss, fat loss, peaking for elite world-class weight class oriented competitions such as the UFC and boxing and all of these other great professions. What does that mean to you? Well, specifically, how can you get lighter and leaner while not losing energy and improving your overall health? Whether you're suffering from some form of metabolic deficiency, or you're dealing with low energy, poor sleep, maybe some sexual dysfunction, you don't have the motivation you once had. Every day is harder and harder to get out of bed. And it seems like no matter what you do, life just gets in the way. Well, good morning. Good to see you guys. And guys, gals, feel free to jump in, ask questions inside the chat. I'm going to be answering your questions at the end of this. Also, let me know where you're jumping in from. Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Are you on X? Are you on YouTube? And if you're not on YouTube, make sure you jump in and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have over 1,000 amazing YouTube videos, many of which are short and to the point to give you really good takeaways on your health and fitness journey. So when I say stop counting calories to lose more body fat, what do I mean? The whole world knows about calorie counting. We talk about calories all the time. How many calories did you eat? How many calories are in that? We look and say, oh, how many calories? We look right here. How many calories are in this, right? How many calories? Well, it's not the calories that matter as much. It's the quality of those calories I want you to focus on. When we wrote Living Lean, our second book, the subtitle of Living Lean was Don't Count Calories, Make Calories Count. We wrote that book in 2011. That's 14 years ago. And that statement very much holds true. And if nothing else, has been even more validated today than it ever has been, with the onset of the MAHA, Make America Healthy movement, where the world is woken up to the understanding that all these synthetic toxic chemicals hiding inside of our foods are not actually doing us any benefit. The only benefit of synthetic chemicals inside our food is the companies who are producing the food and the profits they're making, right? It's not doing you and your family a benefit to be eating synthetic toxic chemicals that parade as whole foods. You get the most benefit from eating whole foods. And why is that? And this is now the whole point of this conversation. Stop counting calories to lose more fat. When you eat an apple, let's say, an apple by itself has intelligent cofactors already built into that apple. The apple itself was a living organism prior to being plucked off that tree and shipped in a truck and now sitting on your, kitchen counter. That apple was a living organism. Inside of that apple is a wide variety of cofactors. Those cofactors aid in digestion. They aid in nutrient transport. They aid in the satiety signal, which is the signal that tells your brain, hey, I'm completely nourished right now. I don't need more calories. Synthetics don't have that signaling mechanism. And in fact, most foods are created to erase the satiety signal. Once you pop, you just can't stop. Does that sound familiar? Of course it does. That is the moniker of nearly every R&D department in every major food conglomerate. They simply want you to eat more and more and more and more. So they remove the satiety signaling molecules from these foods so you don't feel full. The whole point of this conversation is to tell you, to remind you, to beg you to start eating single ingredient, healthful, whole foods. Single ingredient, healthful whole foods have sustained all of life on this planet since the dawn of time. Single ingredient, healthful whole foods have all of the vital micronutrients necessary to fuel every cell inside your body. And people forget you are a cellular organism. You are not a math table. You cannot math the human body. You must think first about biology, right? We think in terms of biology. And when we say eat single ingredient, healthful whole foods, we are ensuring the biology of your body is being addressed. Your body is now getting the vital organisms, the vital nutrients necessary for you to thrive and feel good, and digestion to improve, and inflammatory responses to reduce, for your cognition to start going up, for your blood pressure to go down, for your, whole mood to dramatically increase. And the data all supports these very simple common sense statements I'm making right now. So eating a 100-calorie snack pack of chocolate chip cookies, that never makes you feel good, does it? And we've all done it. Right? We've all done it. 100-calorie snack packs do absolutely nothing for you from a health, fitness, and wellness perspective. They might appease those little flavor sensors on your tongue. It might give you some form of emotional pressure release, which is why most of us eat food. Like we binge on food because we're looking for some emotional surrogate to kind of give us a hug, right? But that's not fuel. So when you eat an apple as compared to a 100-calorie snack pack, you're actually now getting those vital nutrients we discussed previously. Those are what we're looking for. And then when we add wild caught salmon or sweet potatoes or mixed berries or quinoa or oats or, all of these other amazing ingredients. And the last thing, let me say here for you guys, if you have any questions, please leave them below. Jesse Lee, what's up, Jesse? Good to see you, my man. Right on, appreciate it. Nice to see you guys here. Not Yo's is checking in on YouTube. When we construct our diets and our lifestyle, we must think in terms of single ingredient, healthful whole foods. If we think like that, I don't care about your calorie intake because your body will preferentially self-regulate nutrient consumption. When you're eating single ingredient, healthful whole foods, there is inherent signaling mechanisms already built into those foods that tell you, I'm satisfied. I don't need more. And I say this all the time, and let me say it again to you. How many of you have sat down and ate 3 apples in a row? Mostly no one. Okay? You eat an apple and you feel pretty good and you kind of go on with your day for a little while. How many of you have eaten a 100-calorie snack pack and are still starving? How many of you have eaten one single plain donut, which is approximately the same total calories? It's about 100 calories. One plain donut, no glaze, no sprinkles, no fancy, a plain basic ass donut. How many of you have eaten one of those like, ugh, I'm still hungry. I need more. I need something more. Almost everybody. Now, how many of you have eaten just one slice of pizza? Most of you eat more than one slice and you're still hungry afterwards. A slice of pizza is like 500 calories with all the cheese and all the oil and all the bread and all the sugar that they add to it. So one slice of pizza is, let's say, 4 to 5 times the amount of calories as one apple. But you eat one apple, you feel great, you feel fine. You eat one slice of pizza, you want a second or a third. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the signaling. So understanding that single ingredient healthful whole foods have these built-in signaling molecules that will help you eat less. So eventually, yes, calories matter. Eventually, yes, calories matter. But if we start with eating synthetic calories, we don't have the signaling mechanism and you will eat more food. The data all supports that. Guys and gals, I appreciate you being here. If you have not, make sure you check out Stronger Supplements. You can click the link below this video. Go to strongersupplements.com. Use podcast 20, save 20% off your first order. All subscriptions receive 20% off plus free shipping. And if you're a first timer, you can bundle the podcast 20% and the 20% off subscription and get free shipping. It's like 50% off your first order. We have our organic vanilla whey protein isolate, our organic chocolate whey protein isolate. We have burn rate right there, which is our 4-phase fat burner, proven effective at the highest level of combat sports. We have our micronized creatine monohydrate right there, which is a 200 mesh count. It is the most pure and beautiful creatine you've ever seen. It looks like a baby powder, not those hard sandy crystals like most of the other cheap companies put out there. Stronger supplements, 100% all natural, zero synthetics ever. Clinically dosed, evidence-based, proven to be effective. Check out Stronger Supplements. Oh, right here, strongersupplements.com. If you have any questions, guys and gals, I am always here to help you in any way that I can. You can leave comments below this video, give a thumbs up, add a little bit of engagement to the channel. We absolutely appreciate this. Let me answer David's question, or Natyo's question. Natyo says, if you don't track your food, how do you know if you've hit your protein goals? How do you calculate how much protein you need? Great question. Effectively, we want to consume about 1 gram of protein per pound of relatively lean body mass. What does that mean? If you're around 10%, 15% body fat, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm around 190 pounds. I'm single digit body fat percentage right now. I'm like, let's say 8%. I think I'm 7, let's say 8%. So I'm about 190. I need around 190 grams of protein per day. But then there's a swing of 0.8 to 1.2. So if I need around 190, I can knock off 10, 20% from that. I can take in around 170 grams? I'm good between 160 and 180 grams of protein per day to maintain all my muscle mass, feel good, be super healthy. I can then push it up a little higher to about 1.2 grams per pound of relatively lean body mass. That's the way. And that's when I'm pushing harder in the gym. I'm lifting more weights. I'm more physically active. I need more protein to repair the damage done from rigorous training. But I'm in a maintenance phase. I can eat a little bit less, which lowers my total caloric intake. I suggest all people start at the lower end of their protein range and slowly scale up. And then we'll talk about eating our protein spread over 4 to 5 basic meals. So if I need to eat, let's say for simple math, 200 grams of protein, I'll break that over to 4 or 5 meals of 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal on average. Remember, the human body, we are not a mathematical equation. So these are just general estimates. Close enough. If you eat 187 grams of protein one day, you eat 203 grams of protein the next day, that is percentage-wise a pretty big swing. But in reality, it does not matter at all. You will see absolutely no difference, no change physically, day to day, or over time for that little type of fluctuation because it's within that corridor. And you want to stay within that corridor in general. So for the average healthy adult, we're shooting for 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of relatively lean body mass. Now, if you're over 15% body fat, you want to tamper that down a little bit. And what we say is, everyone, consider yourself to be, what would you weigh if you were at 15% body fat? This is for men. For women, we say 20, 25%. But for men, let's say you're 30% body fat, which I was once upon a time as an amateur powerlifter. I would not calculate my get lean, get healthy protein intake as a 30% body fat individual. I would calculate that body fat down, keeping the muscle tissue that was on my physique. And I would say, all right, if I'm 280 pounds at 30% body fat, 28 pounds is 10%, right? So I would move 28 pounds and then another 14 pounds. That would be what? 38, 42 pounds. So I would have to move 42 pounds off my physique, which would be approximately 40 or so grams of protein out of my diet to get me to that right target. I hope that makes sense. Now I'm doing public math here, so give me a little grace if I'm wrong a percentage point or a decimal point. Not that I use decimals. All right, guys and gals, I appreciate that. every Monday morning, right around 9 o'clock or so, 9:30, I'm going to go live and do these type of videos, and then they will live on the YouTube channel. Feel free to jump in, ask questions below these videos, give these a thumbs up, leave some comments, engage with the channel, and I appreciate you. Until next time, don't count calories, make calories count. Boom!